Greetings and welcome to the last Interregnum report of Europa Universalis 4, the Alea Iacta Est campaign. So, in this one I will be extra meticulous. I will show you all the nations, their governments and their rulers, and I will also talk a bit about the interesting nations. First of all, Italy. Italy is a particular beast. I will have to make a video regarding what I will do with them. The video will be the pre-conversion video, so keep a lookout. It will probably be posted the same day as this one. So, let's get to it. We start with Great Britain here. Great Britain, Norse Great Britain. It's a kingdom, a constitutional monarchy. As you will see, there are not many monarchies left. This is something I did not notice when I was playing. Anyway, they are ruled by Queen Nicoletta I Kalothetos. This is actually rather interesting, because that's the dynasty that Frisia started out with. It's a Greek-Welsh dynasty. It's just a bit of fun. Wales, ruled by Prince Brwyn Brychan, something like that. They are still around. They are a vassal of of Frisia. Yes, that's why they are still around and not annexed. Here we have, for some reason, Trøndelag is here. This is not Trøndelag. This is Orkney. Trøndelag were originally up here. This is all Italy now. And let's move eastwards, shall we? Sweden. Sweden has the most common of government forms that I've seen when I've looked at all the countries. They have the bureaucratic despotism one. I do not know what triggers this, but I assume it's an event just like it was in EU3, only more common. They are ruled by Councillor Beneset II. Let's go east again and look at the Teutonic Order. The Teutonic Order have lost a lot of territory to Sweden. As you can see, they still have... Apparently I cannot use the... let's see, if I click them like that. Ah, now I can. Alright. As you can see, they still have cores on almost all of Finland. The Teutonic Order are still a theocracy, ruled by Archbishop Mjolnir II. Mjolnir is the name of the dynasty that used to rule Bohemia. So I guess they have gone in exile up here to the Teutonic Order. So, let's go back here and start with Spain and work our way through Europe, or Central Europe. Let's start with Asturias. Asturias is a colonial empire, spanning most of the world, as you can see, or, well, South America, to be honest. South America, Western North America, and some stuff in the Indies. They are a noble republic. I do not know why they are a noble republic. They must have recently lost a peasant uprising or something, because that's quite an anachronistic government form to have in this day and age. They're ruled by Prince Jimeno Guzman. Here we have the Knights of Santiago, also a colonial power. Still an archbishopric, ruled by Archbishop Corributas I. They have colonial holdings, especially here in the United States. Do not worry about these provinces, by the way. I am running the Conquest of Paradise expansion right now, but in the pre-conversion video I will show you how I fixed this, or I will show you that I fixed it more correctly. They also have some holdings here, and a few African holdings, and I do not believe they have much here. No, they don't. They do not have much in the Indies. I will leave the Mohammedids for later. Let's get right onto the beast, yes. Italy. Ruled by King Giordano III of Bonifaci, the most successful dynasty in EU4, I have to say. Almost everyone has had a Bonifaci king or queen. They are a constitutional monarchy, and yeah, they are trying to recreate Roman Empire, it seems. Well, kind of the Roman Empire, along with Lithuania here. And then we have Revolutionary France. They are a revolutionary republic, ruled by Consul Napoleon du Fournay, I think. So it's not a Bonaparte in this universe, it's a Dufournay. Excuse my French. Here we have Burgundy, still a vassal, I think. No, they are actually free. So it's a free little noble republic. I guess they are like the Luxembourg of our time. No one has wanted to annex them, and they are Protestant in a sea of Catholicism. A noble republic ruled by Prince Edward Selach. Yeah, they are cosmopolitan. And here we have Poitou. Poitou is also a noble republic, ruled by Prince Ottobono Gilbert. Occitan. So it's an Occitane republic. Was it a vassal? No, it's not a vassal. So we have two tiny Luxembourgs here. So, next up is Frisia. Frisia has lost some lands, but they are still around, even. They are a kingdom, a constitutional monarchy, ruled by Queen Helene II of Bushk. They have not retained their original dynasty of Kalophetos, but they are still Welsh. And as you can see, let me look this. There are a lot of Welsh provinces here in the inlands, and as well as here in Holland. Not much more to say about them. They have lost quite a bit of territory to both France and Germany. And Italy. So, Germany. Germany has expanded. They have not lost a lot of territory. They have lost a bit to Italy, I think. This used to be German, if I'm not mistaken. Germany, like Sweden, is a bureaucratic despotism, ruled by Councillor Loop the First. I'm not sure if that's a German name. Perhaps it is. I'm not that knowledgeable about German naming conventions. Poland, in a personal union with Italy, unfortunately. So they are pretty much a subject of Italy, without any hopes of ever gaining their freedom in EU4. In Victoria 2, they may be powerful enough to break free. They are a constitutional monarchy. So, here we have Ruthenia. Yes. Ruthenia, the only reformed country in the world. They are a constitutional monarchy, led by Queen Zababa II of Bonifaci. So they have a Bonifaci queen, and I guess it would only be a question of time before they would get into a personal union as well. And here we have Ukraine. Ukraine, who only spawned because I forgot to remove their cores. Bureaucratic despotism, and they are led by Councillor Ivan III. They are also, I think, the only Eastern tech group in the entire world. Well, they seem to be doing fine for themselves anyway. Yeah, I think they are. They must be the only one. More of Italy here. This used to be Lithuania. It's not anymore. The Gonbadids. They have lost all of their former glory. They have also lost the Gonbadid dynasty. They are now a bureaucratic despotism, ruled by Grand Vizier Gundus III. Not much more to say. They have lost all of their cores. The Kutaids. Their capital is located here, so their Crimean holdings are cut off from their capital by Italy. The Kutaids are also a bureaucratic despotism, led by Grand Vizier Ertekin I. So, a lot of these nations that used to have proud traditions of long lineages of kings or sultans have abandoned it in favor of bureaucratic despotism. I think there must have been some kind of bureaucratic revolution worldwide, because even the Sunni Caliphate is a bureaucratic despotism. Yes, the Muhammadids are a bureaucratic despotism led by Grand Vizier Ramadan I. So where did the Muhammadids go? The esteemed line of caliphs. Well, they went to Khiva. They have Sultan Navid I Muhammadid. An absolute monarchy, located here in Russia, I guess, yeah. Kind of an odd shape to this country, but I find it interesting. And yeah, I forgot about Byzantium. Poor Byzantium. They are the sick man of Europe in this timeline. Well, maybe it's a bit out of the time frame, but they still are. They are getting their asses kicked by Italy. They are led by Empress Nicoletta I of Calothetos. So the Welsh Greek dynasty went from Frisia and back to Byzantium. Which is interesting, I have to say. An empire, of course. Poland still holds Constantinople here, though. I will save the White Company for when we go over the Americas, but I can show you these. Here we have the Great Company, a constitutional republic led by President Kuno Siegmund, a German constitutional republic here in the boot of Italy. They share the boot of Italy with Capua, another bureaucratic despotism led by Councillor Bruno I. They are an Italian bureaucratic despotism. So, there are 3 tiny island nations, and they are all kind of interesting. First off, we have the Abbasids. The Abbasids used to rule Egypt. They have a sultana, Shola I Ghiyasaddin. And the second one is here on Malta. It's the Saydids. They used to rule Sicily, but they got kicked out. A bureaucratic despotism led by Grand Vizier Alam I. And here we have the most interesting one, Crete. They are the only Shiite country in the world, and they are a merchant republic, led by Dosh Burhanuddin Aglab. Very interesting. And, yeah, I don't really know how they survived, but they did. So all glory to them. Here, encircled by the Muhammadids, we have some vassals of other nations. They are vassals of the Kutaids. I think they are as well. It's hard to see though. Yes, they are. So Shirvan is an Iqta, ruled by Sultan Kara I Shandaroglu. Iraq here is a bureaucratic despotism, led by Grand Vizier Said II. The Akins are a Iqta, ruled by Abu Bakr II. So, let's see, what direction do I want to move? I think we'll cover Africa, because the Africans are every bit as competitive as the Europeans and the Middle Easterns in this world. Abyssinia, a glorious East African empire that has done everything except for colonizing. A sultanate led by Sultana Semea II Qavusid. If you remember the Qavusids, they used to be here, but they formed the Mughals. They have Sultan Dara, I do not know how to pronounce those A's, or that U there, so I'll say Dara Siku I of Qavusid, a despotic monarchy. Abyssinia is a absolute monarchy. And they have expanded eastwards here, as you can see, into Kilva. Let's take a look at them quickly. Tribal despotism, led by Malik Ali. What's that? That's 5, 6, 7. Ali the 7th of Kilva. And yeah, then we have one of my personal favorites, a Muslim tech Mali. So instead of sub-Saharan, they converted over with Muslim tech, and they have been colonizing. They have colonized Africa and Brazil, interestingly enough. Ruled by Sultana Shiva II of Metartid, and they are a constitutional monarchy. I find this kind of pleasing to the eye. I would have liked them to get these tiny colonies as well, but I suppose they enjoy the having trade ports open with their neighbors or something. I don't know. So let's move eastwards. We have Persia here. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone now. I just have to trust myself on this. Persia. A noble republic led by Emir Hossein Fatemi. They used to have much more than this, I think. Yes, they used to have quite a bit of what the Qavusids took from them. Anyway, kind of a weak country. Here we have the Timurids, or what's left of them. A vassal of Persia, interestingly enough. That's why they are still around. The Timurids, still steppe nomads, led by Khan Daritai III of Osman. And we have Sibir here. I think I will remove Sibir and add them into the Kutaids, along with the Mongol Khanate, because they are completely encircled. It doesn't make sense for them to be independent when they have 0 allies. Well, this one is allied to Khiva. I still don't think it's very feasible for them to actually have a presence here. Still, Sibir, led by Khan Ishim I Janid, a steppe nomad country. The Mongol Khanate, I think is pretty much the same. Yes, a steppe nomad country, led by Khan Tolui III Grey. It's fun pronouncing all these names, because I know I'm not getting a single one of them right. Anyway, in India we have 3 states. Marwar, with a nice bird on their shield here. A despotic monarchy, led by Raja Ranmal I of Ava. We also have Vijayanagar, which is a feudal monarchy, led by a regency council, so I don't really know what dynasty they have. And we have tiny little Mewar, a bureaucratic despotism. For fuck's sake, even the Indians. No part of the world is safe from the bureaucrats. They are led by Councillor Laka II. Here we have Tibet. Tibet is still a theocracy, led by Lama Zevang Arabtan I. And then we have Ming. Ming, still a celestial empire, led by Emperor Shuang I Ava. They lead a personal union with Shan, and Shan is a despotic monarchy, as you can see. They inherited Korea earlier as well. Korea still has cores, so it's all fine. The Oirat Horde, a Khanate steppe nomads, led by Khan Galdan I Borjigin. Yeah, it's just a tiny little nation here that I don't know why no one has annexed yet. And we have Dai Viet. Dai Viet is different from all the other Asian states because they have the technology group Western, thanks to us. An administrative monarchy led by King, I'm going to horribly butcher this name, Phúc Hai III Li. I didn't even try. Here we have Ake. Ake is still around. They are a noble republic. Interesting. No, that's the Chinese one. I thought it was the nomad one first. A noble republic led by Emir Ghazabadi Nazmi-san. We also have Brunei and Majapahit here. Oh, and Makassar. Brunei, a bureaucratic despotism, as I said earlier. Grand Vizier, oh, Muhyi ad-Din II, perhaps? I don't know. Majapahit, a noble republic, led by Emir Raden Sumirat Slamet. Makassar, a sultanate, an administrative monarchy. Oh, that's an interesting name. Sultan Lim Bang Parang I Gunungyati. And as you can see, the Metratids have colonized almost everything here. Asturias did snag some of the Philippines, Taiwan, and this up here though. And as you can see, Japan is heavily encroached upon by both Dai Viet, or, well, us, and Ming. Japan is still a feudal monarchy, they call themselves an empire, led by Emperor Yoshihide I Takeda. Or Takeda, or something. So, that was exhausting. That is Europe, Asia, and let's move on to America. In America, we have Great Britain, with most of Canada. And let's take a look at all the independent nations here. We have the Iroquois. They are Western in their tech, but they never finished their westernization, so they still have native units. As you can see here, it's one of the new sprites from Conquest of Paradise. Looks really nice. They are Catholic though, so I believe they will stick around and improve upon their position in Victoria. The Cherokee, though, they are still natives, proper natives, with North American tech group, and, well, I shouldn't say natives, they are still, well, by definition of game mechanics, primitive. A tribal democracy, and they are led by High Elder Johan Ross Adahi. The Iroquois, by the way, are led by Wise Beaver Wegwehono. We also have the United States here. The Constitutional Republic, led by President Fruela Skirgaila. It's an interesting name. Can't place it. It's Castilian, I think. And here we have my pride and joy, the Aztecs. I'm very proud of this achievement. The Aztecs are a despotic monarchy. They haven't been able to improve their rule, it seems. Quite disappointing. They are catching up in tech, though, so they should be able to switch. I guess they haven't had a reason to. They want to rule with an iron fist, simply. Here we have some minor colonial nations, and I will probably give them more cores than they have for the conversion, so that it's possible for them to claim land and grow bigger. Haiti here, a kingdom, a despotic monarchy, led by King Blascos II de Valencia. We have Colombia here. Most of these colonial nations have revolted from Asturias, by the way. So Asturias is way too small to support this great of a colonial empire. Colombia, a revolutionary republic led by Consul Carlos Beltran. Very interesting. The Incas are still around, a despotic monarchy, led by Titu Cusi Yupanqui II. They seem to lack a tech group. Oh, I know why. It's because of the Conquest of Paradise expansion. I think they've accidentally lost their tech group. I need to look into that. Peru, a administrative republic led by Doge Pedro Pablo Ubalde, or Doge is the correct pronunciation, I believe. Chile, a revolutionary republic led by Consul Francisco O'Higgins. Odd, O'Higgins, that's Scottish, isn't it? It's not Castilian. Correct me if I'm wrong. Paraguay, a republican dictatorship led by Narciso de how the hell do I pronounce this? Pueyrredon or something. Pueyrredon. And here we have Brazil, a sultanate spawned from Mali, a despotic monarchy led by Sultana Raza I Saifala. They also have Mali as their primary culture. As you can see here, lots of Mali. And then we have the White Company, one of my personal favorite achievements. They moved over here, fearing annexation in Europe. They are a constitutional mercenary republic. Well, the mercenary part I added in because they are technically a mercenary band. From Crusader Kings too. They are not only a mercenary band, they are a Norse mercenary band. Led by President Gudröder Dyre. So, I think that's all of the nations. Let me take a quick look so I have not missed anyone. No, that should be all of them. There may be some island nation. No, I think all of the islands are colonies. As you can see here, Great Britain has some islands, but most of them are, let's say, metroted, and yeah, most of them are metroted. Hawaii is British, though. So, I did notice an unusual amount of queens in this playthrough, which I found awesome. It turns out, though, as one of my viewers told me, that it's simply because of the converter converting over all names in equal amount. And the game simply picks a random name from the lists. And that means it's exactly as likely for it to pick a female name as a male name if there's an equal amount of them. But I still find it kind of awesome that there's been so many queens, and especially sultanas. That must have been even more rare. And I like to think that this world is a bit more equal in terms of sex, even though it's definitely more ripe with warfare. Anyway, so let's take a look at the score. That is interesting to see. Let's see, country score comparison. Score. Well, the winner is Italy with 10,913 points. And as you can see, the list in descending order here is Great Britain, Germany, Revolutionary France, the Mohammedids, Poland, Metratids, the Kutayids, Byzantium, Sweden, and then the rest, basically. It's interesting to see that Asturias is so low, with only 408 points. They did colonize the entirety of South America. That's kind of odd. We can take a look at the income of various nations here, and you can see that that Italy is not only leading, but they are leading by a fair deal. Though the biggest treasury definitely belongs to revolutionary France. As you can see, they have almost 100,000 ducats. And they will most likely spend it on factories in Victoria. At least I hope so. So they may pass Italy in economic score in Victoria. Who knows? Things will change. And interestingly enough, look at this, Khiva. You didn't expect Khiva to have that much money, did you? Also, the most technologically superior countries are Italy and, for some reason, Ukraine. I don't even. Is there anything else we could take a look at? Yeah, I will show you some of the map modes. Religious map mode. This is the religious situation of the world. Let's zoom in on Europe here. As you can see, it's mostly Catholic. The Protestant nations are Great Britain and Germany. Germany is a new convert. They also have a lot of reform stuff. I believe France used to be either Reformed or Protestant, but they are still Catholic. Their state religion is Catholicism. And the only reformed country in the world is Ruthenia, as you can see here. So they have managed to achieve 100% religious unity, so that's kind of impressive. As I said before, this is the only Shiite nation. They have 100% unity, luckily enough, seeing as they have only one province. The Middle East, mainly, or well, kind of entirely Sunni, with some Shiite there and there. Africa, mainly Muslim, some Catholicism mixed in. Madagascar is Protestant. This is the religious layout of India. They have not converted all of the Buddhists and Shiites, but they are all Hindu in state. The Buddhists are strong, I say, except for them, what the biggest Buddhist state being in personal union with a Confucian state. This is how Japan looks, if you want to take a look. There will be some Christian rebels here, or however they say it. Though China has not been able to convert this because of the Shinto malus, local missionary strength, -2%, that's kind of nasty. And there's still some Sunni here in the Spice Islands, even though this is Buddhist. And most of it has been owned by Buddhist countries. The Americas look like this. All the Protestants went to Canada, while no reformed... I think they must have gotten rid of those events. The events in EU3 that made the random colonial provinces either Protestant or reformed. If the mother nation wasn't. Because it's all Catholic. I mean, there's not even one deviant province here. Brazil, though, is staunchly Sunni, or Sunni. So, for culture, anyone who is interested in culture can take a look here. as you can see, Italy has converted a lot of stuff here in Europe to Italian. There's not a single Lithuanian province left. It's all Italian. Still a huge chunk of German here, though. The North, German, Russian are confined to here. As you can see, it's mostly really nicely painted, except for some random Welsh provinces here. Some French here and there. Leftovers from Crusader kings, even. The boot of Italy is mainly Bedouin, even though the states are German and Italian. The Greeks are reclaiming Anatolia slowly. I do not believe they had any Anatolian provinces. The Byzantine Empire had no Anatolian provinces at the game start, but they have reclaimed them and converted them. And Bedouin is the dominant Middle Eastern culture, with some small pockets of Levantine, Berber, Egyptian. Yeah, that's basically it. There's no others. The steppe is still a mess of cultures here, but the Kutaids welcome everyone. Everyone who is a steppe people. Even Persians. Odd. I know that province got converted in Crusader Kings too, but I thought they would have flipped it. Because Persian cannot be accepted. Not with all the billions of cultures they have. Let's see again. Lots of Persians here, even though the Turks have encroached in a rather linear fashion upon Persia. India, still as split as ever. Viet has turned everyone Vietnamese, thanks to us. The same thing here with Tibet, have turned the Nepalese into Tibetans. And yeah, lots of Turks. Russia is Turkish. See some of the cultures here. Mali, mainly. Lots of Malinese people. So this is the mock-up of America. We have Norse in the north, fittingly enough. We have Castilians in the center, along with the natives. I have fixed this. You will see how I fixed the culture in the pre-conversion video. This will be Iroquois. The culture disappeared with Conquest of Paradise for some reason. The Aztecs have spread out nicely here to Florida and into Central North America. South America is mainly Castilian, but Brazil completely Mali. And of course their white company here being Norse. So, I guess I could look for another map mode to show you, but then this video is pretty much done. Let's see, technology map mode. You can take a look at it like this, and I'll just leave it for a while. And is there any other interesting mode I could show you? No, I actually believe that's kind of it. So, I hope you enjoyed this last Interregnum report of the EU4 part of Alea Iacta Est. And I hope you tune in for the pre-conversion video as well, where I will show what I have in store for Italy, mainly. But there are a lot of other things I have to think about before converting to Victoria 2. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.